One of the things flying around social media has been that if you went and you asked the various leading AI programs, ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude, and you said, what's a pretty simple way to calculate tariffs on all other countries? It will offer you basically this calculation that you used. And I think that raises two questions, which is one, did we just have a global economic crisis created by some Doge interns asking ChatGPT how to calculate tariffs? But two, if that's what these systems trained on the inhaled output, I guess, of all economists writing online say you should do, is there something to it? Is there some Steelman case that this is a pretty straightforward, simple way to think about tariffs on other countries that the liberals are missing as we sort of point out differences between, words and policies here?
Yeah, so I mean, Terminator, whatever, with the Terminator 7, the movie with the, Skynet doesn't bother starting a nuclear war. It just gives bad tariff advice. So, look, this is part of the problem in general with what we're calling AI, with large language models, is that they pick up what's out there without necessarily being able to discriminate what's sensible and what is not. There's certainly no paper, I would imagine, in any economics journal saying do this. So, but maybe some people out there are saying something like this, but it really is not, it's not something you would recommend if you know anything about how trade works, which ChatGPT does not. And so it really is kind of weird that it would come up with this. And by putting different tariffs on for different countries, you create an immediate problem. So we just put a much higher tariff on goods from the European Union than from Britain. So if something from the European Union crosses the English Channel, spends 5 minutes in an English port, and then heads for America, is that a British good or is that a European good? You would have to have what we call rules of origin, which are very onerous. The amount of paperwork involved in enforcing rules of origin is huge. So this is anyone who knew anything about trade would say, wait, wildly different tariff rates on seemingly similar countries is a big, big problem. Probably a lot of EU goods transshipped through Northern Ireland to get the lower tariff rate that applies to Great Britain. And, it's crazy. So this is just this recommendation, if it really is coming from large language models, from AI, this is it's more of a cautionary tale about AI than it is something about economics.